In terms of how I feel about being an artist, I think it's just there. I mean, I enjoy being an artist, but for me it's kind of strange. I wouldn't say that I necessarily enjoy the process of painting. I think if you enjoy it, I think you're doing it wrong, or at least that's me. I like it to be something of a struggle. I like to feel like I'm kind of fighting against the materials. When I work in oil paint, I work in glazes. Really, I draw with paint. I'd reached a point where I wanted something with a bit more immediacy, so I started using spray paint as kind of the colour base. And it's this lovely kind of thing where it connected with my sort of conceptual concerns perfectly, because the spray paint to me represents this kind of wild, you know, almost venomous, kind of fast, rapid, unpredictable material medium, which in my mind kind of imbues the spirit of the animal. And they're total polar opposites, but one kind of restrains, the other like reins it in and gives it form. When I first started, I'd have a kind of vague idea of an image, I'd work from an image and I'd apply loads and loads of spray paints, build it up, and then the spray paint side of it was done. And it was like, right, that's done. Now it's oil paint time. So once the spray paints are dry, and they dry nice and quick, and then I'd spend however long doing the oil paint. And the oil paint would be the bit that took the time. But as the work's kind of developed, it's become more of a dance, if you like, more of a kind of interaction. So I'll do the spray paint, I'll do the oil paint, and then I'll find out actually I'll add more spray paint, and then I need to add more oil paint, and it's like back and forth. I find the hardest part of my work is knowing when to jump ship on a piece. Emotions are so difficult to convey and difficult to provoke in people, and I just feel that if I was to paint portraits, I think who would I paint? And I just feel that with animals it's a more interesting way of talking about humanity. There are messages of conservation in there if you look for them, but that's not really what it's about. I mean, animals I think are a good vehicle to convey a message about people. People for some reason connect with animals, and that fascinates me, because people will look at an animal and they see all this kind of pathos and what have you, but you haven't got a clue what they're thinking, and I love that. My work's about the spaces in between, you know, the bits that people sort of, the psychology of it, the bits that people bring themselves. The bits I leave out are almost more important or more interesting to me than the bits I put in. And the eyes are really, really crucial. And I just sort of feel if the eyes are kind of there and they're you know, they're holding a gaze and engaging with the viewer, then the rest of it, I want there to be some element of a suggestion, a hint, and you build an image, because then it's like listening to a song. Everybody that looks at the image builds it differently. It's about conveying the nature of the animal, because I want it to be kind of considered in terms of the nature of oneself. The animal becomes a signifier for something other than, it's not a painting of a tiger, it's a painting of an emotion, and they're a vehicle for said emotion. Making artwork is always about self-exploration. It's always about something that's in you that you need to get out. And then once you've kind of explored what's going on inside yourself, I suppose it's about thinking about something bigger. The role of an artist really is to convey something that other people might feel but they can't articulate, not just talking to yourself in the dark.